Alright. That cooled down like a motherfucker. Wait. What? What is going on here? Where do I go? This way? No? Oh. 13. Okay. Ow.
Oh. Ha.
Aha! I would say it is. Okay. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Yep. Yeah, back off. Back off, bud. That's what Orcish looks like? Wow. Huh? Right. One second. Gotta get a fan. Or a fan. Gotta go to the bathroom. This isn't great. Okay, cool.
I'm impressed that
What?
you killed all my clients. Doesn't matter. More will come along with their... Too bad about Alaron. Didn't need him anymore now that you're here. At least now he's free of
Dude,
his
are you
debt.
serious?
Do you really think I could afford to let you leave here? The key you and I aim to keep it that way. This is my game, and I'm changing the rules.
Alright.
Whoa!
So you killed my boy. You killed my poor boy.
What's the matter? Getting
rude.
tired?
So rude.
You're outmatched.
It's still open elsewhere. Shit. out of here. What the fuck? Like, seriously. How do I get out? How? Uh-oh. They took it. Alright, fine. We're cooking. Ow. No. Poor toe.
Something's wrong. I can tell. What's happened to Alaron? When I saw the grave look on your face, I knew something. Then Alaron's death has been avenged. Before you go, I have this for you. Alaron told me that if he ever got in trouble, this could be used to bail him out of jail. He'll not be needing it any longer, and I want you to have it. I'll not take no for an answer. I know you did all you could, and for that, I thank you. Now, please, go in peace.
Yes. Can't you just message me? Fucking. Why was a dog attacking me? Another. Computer announce.
What's the announcement?
Yep.
Announcing.
Yep.
Whoa. Damn. Come on now. A shot through the heart and then a shot through the head. Come on now. Wait. Was this literally just to kill her? That's pretty fucked up. Oh my god. What the fuck? My Max Clark bobblehead back then. One of the cool things I do have. Oh. Well, where is the other lock? There's one lock. What's that? Gotta figure out where that is. Joe! Trying to get my dog to stop barking. What? Okay. Well. Where's the other lock? Like, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Maybe it does. Aha! Aha! Mid-wicket. We call that shit in cricket. You shoot these dumb bitches and they stick it. Like 2 of 2 were released.
Hebrews and Shebrews, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're talking about Kanye West. For those of you that are unaware, he's been having...
Yeah, I was born in Midtown Detroit at the Henry Ford Hospital. I was born in Detroit, raised in Dearborn. Someone asked me if I wanted to get a BBL the other day. I was like, no, I don't want a BBL, but I do want to go to Hutch's and get bussed down.
Whoa.
That's next, right?
Cardied up? You think you were with some buffs?
Yeah. Well, so I told you my family were French fur traders who came down from Quebec like 300 plus years ago. And so I'm heavy with the furs. You know, rock my leather with my furs. I love fur, everything. So, yeah, some buffs are next. Leather with the fur. That's what I'm all about. Leather with the fur.
That's fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I was born in Midtown Detroit at the Henry Ford Hospital.
I cannot believe he's actually doing this.
It's a dude.
Tickle me!
Oh. Go.
I'm gonna go.
Get out of here. Okay, go. Okay, we'll go. Sorry about that, man.
My toes, buddy!
I cannot believe he's actually doing this.
What the fuck? There's no way that's true. Okay, let me see. 1 second.
Ain't in your feelings yet? I can see I ain't the type you're used to dealing with. Bad bitch, never off the bench, I'm a starter. Savage, I just grind and go harder. Cash this, I don't own a payment, nothing borrowed. Spin it, cause I can make some more paper tomorrow. Offshore accounts filled up. You can hear the flow still tough.
Oh, look at my goddamn history. I thought that it said bridges were extended. Is it not so clear? Bridges have been extended. Okay. What does that actually mean? I mean, I know what it means, but like, where? I wish when you went into one of these, it would give you like a quest marker.
throw was egregious, okay?
All right, yeah.
Jesus,
Walk back.
the fuck down.
Well, you're the one that said it. Well, you know.
You said defensive rookie of the year. You had 5.5 sacks.
Yeah, but if Tyreek, we know what he is against the run. Okay.
I don't think defensive rookie of the year would be in question.
It would be a good year.
I don't even know. His odds might be like 30th, to be honest.
Abdul Carter gonna win it then? Jesus.
Probably.
Yeah, but people have to stop acting like 5.5 sacks is like the.
Yeah, but if Tyreek, we know what he is against the run. Okay.
I don't think defensive rookie of the year would be.
It would be a good year.
I don't even know.
Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah. Hark, what is that sound? Join me as we go through the wonders and dangers of Oblivion. Hark, what is that sound? Join me as we go through the wonders and dangers of Oblivion. Yeah, that's me. That's not cool.
Yeah, we did our top 10 Detroit athletes. I'll go first. I'll show you mine. Of course, Boone, you want to see mine, huh, don't you? We're going to have some similar things on here, Boone. You'll know why, but we'll have some similar things on here. Let me see.
What is this voice that I'm listening to? I feel like I'm being seduced. You want to see mine first, don't you, Boone?
Okay, all right.
Common. Just hold on.
All right, here's my top 10 Detroit athletes right now. Let's get to it. All right, here's my my list. So as you can see, at number 1, you just give him the Cy Young Award now. All right, and you talk about players. Tarek Skubal, there should not be a list without Tarek Skubal as the best Detroit athlete right now. So I don't want to hear it. If you're one of the best in your respective sport, you're number one in Detroit. Okay? So that's all I got to say. I would hope that we all have Tarek Skubal at number one. All right. Number two, Panay Sewell. Love Panay. I love Panay. I think he's, he's a freak. He's one of the best at his position, if not the best. He is, you can make a case as an overall football player, one of the best athletes and everything. But he's not quite Skubal when it comes to in his own respective sport. So I'm sorry, as much as I love Panay Sewell. But he's number two. Number three, Aiden Hutchinson. I got Aiden in there. I think player-wise, we talk about top 5 edge rusher. He's incredible. So I think these three should be pretty consistent with everyone. I think it should be Skubal, Sewell, Hutchinson for the top 3 guys. Number 4, my guy, Cade Cunningham. He's in there. I think he's a top 10 NBA player. All NBA team, 3rd team, but still should have been 2nd team. Led a team to the playoffs. He's in the top 5. So if you want to argue, I see J. Hart Cade over Hutch. The only reason why I gave the edge to Hutch is Hutch is top 5 at his position. Cade, that's tough. I mean, I guess in today's NBA, you don't really know who's a guard, combo guard, 2 guard. It's a lot more complicated. But Cade is one of the better players at his position. I just think Hutch and what he's going to do. He's on pace last year to potentially break the sack record. So I gave the slight edge to Aiden here. At 5, Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs is one. I mean, you rank running backs right now, fellas. 1 and 2. Saquon, Jahmyr.
Yep.
There you go. That's my case. It's literally Jahmyr. And as much as you guys accuse me of the Jahmyr Gibbs slander when it comes to paying him, well, we can all admit if you're number 2 at your position, you're a pretty good player. All right, you're a pretty good player. Jahmyr Gibbs at 5. Number 6, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Again, I guess in terms of player, he's 6th, but he's still on the list. He's an All-Pro. I get it. He's I would say he's probably top 5, top 6 wide receiver in the league. We know what he can be. We know what he is. I get it. All right, it's still a pretty good accomplishment here. Number 7, Mo Sider's on the list. Mo Sider should be on everyone's list. I don't know. You two, we're going to get through this. It's one of the best defensemen in hockey. So, like, if he's not on a list, I might as well.
He's not on my list. I'll just say it. He's not.
It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. If you want to go popularity, cool. You can go all that. You want to go player, cool. He makes a case for both, Mo Sider. And then number 8, got Jared Goff. Let me explain. I think Jared, I think at one point the Jared Goff chants were alive and well.
I hate those things.
I think they've started to die down. They've started to die down. So the popularity thing, he's still the quarterback of the Lions. I get all that. But as a player, he's probably top 10 in the NFL in terms of quarterbacks. So that's why he's not higher. The guys that are higher than him on my list are higher at their respective sports positions, whatever they specialize in, they're higher. They're better. So that's why I have Goff lower. And then at number 9, Riley Green's on the list. I don't got Torque. I got Riley Green, better player, although Torque's having a pretty amazing year. Got Riley Green on here. Number 10, I got another Red Wing. I got Dylan Larkin. All right. Dylan, I thought
the
about
captain.
That was a tough one. I think you got to give him the respect. I mean, had 70 points this past season. Him and Stevie got beef, but as a player, he's pretty good. So he had to at least make the list. And if you want to factor in popularity, it pretty much cements it. He's the captain of the Red Wings. So that's my top 10 list, boys.
All right.
Yeah.
I have my opinions, but we'll get to it.
Is there one that you could say, Klutz, that because there's one for me. Maybe it's just a me thing, but can I just say it without?
Yeah, you go for it.
I would say it like Jared at 8, in my opinion. One thing I noticed you kept saying with a lot of the Lions players was top at their position.
Yes.
Like you didn't take popular. Okay, we're talking about an MVP finalist.
Not finalist.
I know, but he was a finalist. He was
a
top 5 in MVP
5.
at the end of the season,
Yeah.
which he was a finalist. Yes, he was a finalist.
Lamar and Josh, those are finalists.
No. The finalists are the people who go to the awards, and they are the last 4 or 5.
He really wasn't winning that thing, Boone.
Who cares though? He's a
All right,
finalist. He is an MVP finalist this year, and you're gonna tell me that you're gonna rank all these players, Mo Sider above him, who's never been in an MVP conversation.
Having Mo Sider in front of Jared Goff is fucking insane.
Yeah, like Amon-Ra. I love Amon-Ra. 2-time All-Pro. He's not even in Offensive Player of the Year conversations the last 2 years. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's getting there this year, and he's finally getting to that conversation. He wasn't really last year. Cade Cunningham, never in an MVP conversation. Hutch, defensive player. Okay, I can get that. But to me, it's just, if you're going to use... No, I'm not saying... Listen. I'm not... Hold on. I'm not saying that he should be over all those guys. But what I am saying is, listen, just hear me out. But he needs to be higher. The fact that this guy's an MVP caliber player. He's a finalist for MVP. And he is the face of your franchise. To me, when I did my list, and you'll see it in a little bit, I took into account fan base, like base of franchise, on the field play, I took everything into account. It wasn't just, hey, how good of a player are you? No, it's, hey, you're a Detroit athlete. Do the fans like you? Do the fans get behind you? Are you the face of a franchise? Tarek Scuba right now, he should be number 1 on everyone's list. Face of the franchise. Has a chance to win a back-to-back Cy Youngs. But to me, it's like, and Easy said he's only an MVP because he's played quarterback. Still, you got to give him credit for it. It's like, you have to, right? You have to give him credit for it. If you're going to use those statistics for everyone else, let's be consistent a little bit, in my opinion. That's all. 8th is wild, I think, for a quarterback that was an MVP finalist.
This is what I believe. I think Goff's a top 10 quarterback. You know, he's really good. Just because you have a good year, it does bump you. I agree. You want to bump him? Cool. I just think that the players that are above him, I think deserve to be above him, in my opinion. Like, I just think you got to acknowledge.
It's great. Hey, you know what? That's a good rebuttal. In my opinion.
I mean, there's not much. I don't think. Like, I'm shocked that your MVP standard. Put him 1 then. You know what I mean? If he's an MVP.
No, I mean, I think there are people who, all around, are better.
So now we're okay. Thank you. Now we're.
But no, that's why I think all of it gets factored in. You just didn't factor in the MVP at all.
No, I factored in the MVP, but
you
I'm
put
not
behind Mo Sider.
Players are better players. They're better players. And to Easy's point, like, he does have a point. He played quarterback, you know. So like, none of these guys are going to win MVP.
Boo-hoo.
Like, Jahmyr had 2,000 yards, scrimmage yards, and he broke the Lions franchise record for total touchdowns in a season.
And Jared Goff had 4,000 back-to-back seasons with 37 touchdowns this last year.
Awesome. That's why he's 8th.
Oh,
like, these guys ahead of him.
Let's move on, Klotz. Let's get your list.
All right,
do you want me to go next? Is yours far off?
No, I'll go next. Boone.
All right.
Because honestly, Boone, you're gonna be mad again about Jared Goff.
It's
not as
disrespectful,
low.
though.
It is not as low, but I had an issue with Jeff's, and it's because he said unanimously. Oh no,
you have him just as low.
At A too.
Oh my
Unanimously, Tarek Scuba should be number 1. Let's backtrack a little bit, fellas. Okay. When you think, let's close our eyes. Group session here, okay?
Okay.
Close your eyes and you think about Detroit sports. You think about who?
Jared Goff.
Yeah,
so
see, that's why
the
we don't
Lions.
do that.
You think about the Lions, team-wise, and
where do I go?
The Lions are what kind of turned around the whole Detroit sports. Look, the Pistons are now good because they're gritty. The Tigers are good because they're gritty. The Detroit Lions are why, or what you think of when you think of Detroit sports. And the man who was the best player on the Detroit Lions, we all talk about as far as being a gold jacket guy. When you look at Penei Sewell, if you were to look at any of the Detroit Lions, you're saying, if I had to pick one Hall of Famer, one guy to bet on his legacy, it's Penei Sewell, who is the best in his position. I don't give a damn. I think he's better than Tristan Wirfs. I think he's better than Trent Williams. Penei Sewell is the best offensive lineman, period, in football. If you want to disagree, fine, but I'm taking Penei Sewell. If I had to pick one offensive lineman in the NFL to protect my quarterback, I'm taking Penei. So he is the identity of the Detroit Lions, in my opinion, as far as the best player, the guy who started this whole franchise. He was the first draft pick by Brad Holmes. That's the guy who's the foundation of the Detroit Lions. He's the best player on the biggest team. It's Penei Sewell. Next is Tarek Skubal, for all the reasons that Jeff mentioned. He is the best pitcher in baseball without a doubt. He's performing at, again, the best team in the AL. He was coming off a good year last year, but he is, without a doubt, he just pitched 9 innings of straight fucking gas. And he is the best pitcher in baseball, the face of the franchise right now for the Tigers. And the Tigers, historically, going back, I mean, so are the Pistons, so are the Red Wings, but when you look historically, the Tigers are huge in Detroit, and I think right now they're the second best team, and Tarek Skubal, best player on there. Third, Aiden Hutchinson. I think when you talk about Penei, Aiden Hutchinson in a similar light, but again, if you had to pick one, who's the best player out of these guys, it's pulling hairs, but I'm taking Penei Sewell. So Aiden Hutchinson, Tarek Skubal, and Penei Sewell should be the top 3, but I think Penei Sewell, without a doubt, should be 1. Next is Cade Cunningham at 4, just for the same reasons that Jeff was saying. Like, Cade Cunningham is face of the Pistons. I think he's a top 10 player in basketball going into next year, and he's going to start having these seasons where it's like, okay, Cade is going to be an MVP type of candidate. Hasn't got to that level yet, but you can see it, and he's just a gifted player. Amon-Ra, I think, just embodies what the Detroit Lions are all about. I think he's been around, again, that first regime with Penei Sewell, and you just look at him. He didn't have 1,000 his first year, but then you look at second year, 1,000 yards, then All-Pro. He's a Hall of Fame type of guy on that type of pace, and I just think he embodies what the Lions are. So Amon-Ra, I think, is 5. Jameer is 6. Jeff, I think you had him at 5, but to the same reasons. Like, this dude, yes, he's younger, but he's going to be the guy that they talk about after Barry Sanders, who is the best running back in Detroit Lions history. It's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. He's the most talented player on this offense skill-wise, in my opinion. I think he can take a screen pass, 70 yards, a run 70 yards, and he can run over a defensive back and juke him out of his shoes. And he's just one of the most electrifying players to watch in the NFL, period. And again, I just think when you look at who's the best player at their positions, Jahmyr Gibbs is top 2 on the Detroit Lions. And I think there's tons of fans that are saying this guy's going to be an offensive player of the year, so you have that notoriety and respect when you think of the Detroit Lions. Riley Green. I think Riley Green and Jared Goff are in the same tier for me. Like, it was going to be Green or Jared Goff. The reason I did this is because, like, do I want to have 3 straight lines, or do I want to give some Tigers some credit? Because you'll notice, no Red Wings in this list. You got to show me. Nah,
dude.
Nah. Yeah, I don't care. I used to not watch the Tigers. The Tigers gave me a reason to watch them. I don't think of the Red Wings now when I think of Detroit.
I'm the biggest
sports.
hater,
I'm
but
sorry.
you have to understand.
What if
That
the
is
Red Wings
crazy
make me
that-
turn on the TV? I don't give a damn. No Red Wings on my top 10. You got to do something to be on the top 10.
Javi
Mo
Baez
Schneider.
at 10.
I was thinking
just
maybe, you know what?
recency
Maybe I'll
bias.
throw in Dylan Larkin in here somewhere. But I was like, no, I won't. I refuse. Gentry, the Red Wings, they got to show me. They got to show me. So Jared Goff, Boone, you and Jeff, you went at it. We're gonna rebuttal, or you're gonna rebuttal in a second. But Jared Goff, he's at number 8 for me. Spencer Torkelson.
Oh.
Now this is where we're getting into. When I'm thinking of Detroit sports right now,
Torque and
I'm
Baez over
thinking
Frank
of Torque
Ragnow.
and Baez.
I mean,
Nope. Give me them, Boone. He's on his way to be an all-star. He's a number 1 pick. The story and what Torkelson will be. Very romantic. Very baseball. Very Detroit. He was gritty, found his way to go above, and he's a very good player. So give me Spencer Torkelson at 9. And then at Javi, you got to do it. Somebody's got to throw him on here because of the season he had, so I'll be the guy to do it. Javi's getting on a top 10 list for this year. He's cooking. So until he shows otherwise, that's more of like I refuse
Klotz
to put the Red Wings on this list.
started his whole rant with how the Lions are the face of Detroit. Why would you have Tarek at number 1? And ended with, let me put all the Tigers on this list.
Because I won't put
3
Red
of the
Wings.
last 4 on the list, he went Tigers. Like
Won't
Frank
do a Red Wing.
Ragnow doesn't exist.
He does, but the Lions
Like Brian Branch or Kirby Joseph don't exist. Oh, you were thinking about them. That doesn't do anything to not have him on the list. Thinking does nothing.
I went with the Tigers.
You just went on a rant saying that the Lions are the face of the city. Jeff's list clears yours list by a mile. I'm sorry.
But here's the thing, Boone, and Clouthy,
I would rather have Mo than
Clouthy, like here's the thing with the Red Wings, like, oh, they gotta show me. You bring up football in this city, it's hockey time.
No,
Come on,
no, it's not. No,
not as of
it's
right
not.
now. Not as of right now.
Exactly.
Clouthy.
Thank
But
you.
no,
This
no,
isn't an
hold on,
all-time list. This is right now. We're not talking about back when D-Mac was hanging up Stanley. We're not talking about that.
Hanging up Stanley Cups is a wild statement.
We're not talking about that. That's not. We're talking about
He
2025.
didn't say banners. He said hanging Stanley Cups.
He's hanging out
Put
Stanley.
him in his cover.
How would
Put
you
him in
even
his
hang the
cover.
cup?
That just clicked in my head what he said.
We're not talking about that. The Red Wings, I'm sorry, they're sad.
No, you
It's
can't do
sad
that,
to watch.
Klotz. It is, but
you gotta
there's
make-
respect, dude. They're
No,
not.
because this is top 10 Detroit athletes. Okay, I don't think of
Honestly,
any Red Wings
me and
player off the
Mike,
top of my head when I go, you know
for the
what?
first
He's the
time.
best player in
Nah, I
Detroit.
can't do this, man. I can't listen.
Like here's the thing with the Red Wings, like, oh, they gotta show me. You bring up football in this city, it's hockey time.
Yeah,
No,
Come
it's not.
on,
No,
Klotz.
it's not.
No.
No,
Not as
it's
of right
not.
now. Not as of right now.
Exactly.
Klotz.
Thank
But
you.
no,
This
no, no,
isn't an
hold on,
all-time
hold on.
list. This is right now. We're
No,
not
but-
talking
but-
about back when D-Mac was hanging up Stanley. We're not talking about that.
Hanging up Stanley Cups is
Hanging
a
up
wild
Stanley Cups.
statement.
We're not talking about that. That's not. We're talking about
Hockey time.
He
2025.
didn't say banners. He said hanging Stanley Cups.
He's hanging out
Put
Stanley.
him in his cover.
How would
Put
you
him in
even
his
hang the
cover.
cup?
that just clicked in my head what he said.
We're not talking about that. Nick P's point.
Boom.
Yeah, this is the
Justin Henry
best.
Malloy.
The best for
Dog
last.
Jimmy,
No.
bro.
I'm gonna mute you real quick, Klotz. I'm gonna. All right. This is how everyone's list should look. The fact that Kirby Joseph or Brian Branch didn't crack anyone's list is insane. I went through and I said, all right, who are the faces of the franchises in Detroit right now? Number one, Tarek Skubal is the face of the Detroit Tigers. He is one of the best pitchers in baseball, the best pitcher in baseball, one of the best players in all of Major League Baseball. He has to be number one on the list. He is having back-to-back seasons of most dominant performances that we've seen. Number two, I'm not even going to break this list down a ton because you guys already talked about every player. You guys know what Penei Sewell is at number two. To me, there are two faces of the franchise for the Detroit Lions right now. It is Penei Sewell and Jared Goff. Penei Sewell, you could argue, is the best football player in the entire league of the National Football League. You can make that argument if you want to. Number three, Cade Cunningham, face of the Detroit Pistons. In my opinion, top 10 in the NBA without a question. There is no doubt he's a top 10 player in the NBA right now. He should be top three. Those are the guys that should be top three on this list. Those are the three best players currently right now in the city of Detroit. Do you guys have any questions? Those are the three best players out of in their respective leagues.
I think
Correct.
we all agreed. You just continue.
Okay.
You and Jeff.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, whoa.
Can I,
whoa.
before you guys start talking about the rest of the list, let me finish my
I have
list.
a problem with the top four.
I asked about the top three.
Wait, you
Top
said
three, whatever the hell you're talking
you said Skubal, Sewell, and Hutch, right?
Cade. They're the best. They're the best top three players in the city of Detroit right now. When you talk about their respective leagues, those three top 10, Cade Cunningham.
So you're just saying
Top
you're
10,
putting,
Penei Sewell, Tarek Skubal, number one pitcher in baseball. There is, without a doubt, those are the top three players
so yeah,
currently
I'm just
in
asking, so I can,
yes, Klotz, yes,
I did
yes.
not get my question out.
Well, I'm going through my list.
I know, but I want to make sure I'm understanding as we're going. So you're having this because you're taking the best Tiger, best Lion, best Piston. That's what you're doing here.
No, you're not listening. They're the best three players at the position, and they are also the faces of the franchises in the city of Detroit right now. When fans look at them, they go Tarek Skubal, Penei, Cade. Like, those are the top three guys right now. They are the best in their respective sports, and they are the most well-known faces of the franchises in the city of Detroit right now. Those guys. Number four, Jared Goff. Klotz, you talk about how the Lions are king right now. Football is king. Jared Goff is your starting quarterback in Detroit. He has led the team to back-to-back playoffs. He took you to the NFC Championship game, 15-2 season. I don't care if you lost and he had the turnovers. And he was a finalist for MVP. And he is also, with Penei Sewell, the face of the Detroit Lions. He is the guy that gets all the blame when they lose. And when things go right, everything goes to Jared Goff, and you hear the Jared Goff chants. Outside those top three, Jared Goff should be the next one to fall in line there. Whether you don't like him because he has the turnovers or not, face of Detroit, face of the Detroit Lions, and that man was an MVP conversation last year down the stretch and was a finalist. Number five, I took my next not best. Yeah, no, next best player for the Detroit Lions, Aiden Hutchinson. The man has a chance to be, he should have been Defensive Player of the Year last year if he doesn't get hurt. I throw him in there. He's the face. He grew up in Detroit or right outside of Detroit, went to Michigan, plays for the Detroit Lions. Everyone knows who Aiden Hutchinson is, and he is top 3, arguably, if he's healthy at his position. Amon-Ra, I had a problem with Amon-Ra and Jameer. This is the one that I was going back and forth with, and Riley Green. Those 3 guys there, I was like, Riley Green right now is playing at an MVP level. And he hasn't done it for years consistently. So I dropped him down and I put Riley Green at 8. But the fact that he's playing at an MVP level and doing what he does, he's at 8. Amon-Ra, the man's back-to-back 2 times all-pro wide receiver. Like 1,500 yards, 1,200 yards, 10-plus touchdowns every year. You have to put him there. I think Jameer has the 1 year. But again, Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 5 wide receiver. He's had the 2 years to prove it, and he is, in my opinion, right now, like, the city of Detroit loves him. Fans love him. He is a media icon right now when it comes to the NFL. Like, people love Amon-Ra. And then Jameer, I think he's on his way to do that, and he's obviously top 5 offensive player of the year, so you have to throw him at 7. And then to me, I had to give the Wings a little bit of love and throw the captain on there, Dylan Larkin. Jeff, I get you with Mo.
You really didn't.
I get you with Mo. Jeff, I'm not going to sit here and argue that back and forth. I think the captain of the Detroit Red Wings in Hockey Town he's the face of the franchise, and it's not like he's a bum. He had 70+ points again this year. Like, yes, you would like them to win. You would like it's the face of the Detroit Red Wings. You're throwing him at 9. He's one of the top athletes in the city right now. And then the last one, I had one last spot left. I said, you know what? Let me give Kirby Joseph some love. The 9 interceptions. The fans. This is one of the biggest fan favorites in the city. Is Kirby Joseph. So in my respective conversation, I took level of play and how big of an athlete he is in the city of Detroit, and Kirby Joseph is a guy that you just can't leave off that list when it comes down to it.
Take the Red Wings off, move Goff down. I'm with it. I just think
the Red Wings thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like, if you're one of the best, like, I mean,
it's like we're calling it Hockey Town, like the Cowboys fans call
You're
the Cowboys.
Klotz, you can't. The one thing you can't do is like argue that it's not Hockey Town. Like, you keep doing that. To me, it's not even like a fun argument. It's like, to me, an annoying argument. Like, it's Hockey Town.
Is dead in Detroit.
Okay, that's where I can't. Hockey Town is Hockey Town. It'll always be Hockey Town.
It will be called Hockey Town, but Detroit hockey is sad to watch now.
Okay, you can say that, but you can't say Hockey Town's Hockey Town. That feels disrespectful.
Well, the Detroit Red Wings are sad to watch, and Dylan Larkin past the season was like, there's a lot of controversy with him. I'm not watching the Red Wings. I'm not. So when you talk about top 10 athletes, they don't come to my mind. The Tigers, I used to never watch the Tigers. Now I'm like, oh, Tigers are fun to fucking watch. They're pretty good.
See, that's where it's like you're giving it a top. I can't do it. I can't, Jeff. I can't argue this.
Well, the thing, then you should say, well, then Lions players should all be at the top then.
Yeah. If you're like, I've never watched the Tigers. Obviously, like, you're like, I've never watched the Red Wings, and it's like, you're just taking them off.
I could have put more lines on there, but I'm gonna give Tigers some love. 2025, Bobby's having a
So it's not a
right
real
now.
list. He's just trying to show guys love. This isn't a real top 10 list for him. He's just trying to show guys love.
We look at 9. We look at Torque. Torque's having a year. He's the #1 pick. Everybody counted him out. He's having an all-star type of season.
I would personally, I would rather have Kirby on here over than Torque, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, and Javi.
Love Torque but even like, I don't have Kirby on my list, but he would be like right there, over
Could have done it. Like I said, give some Tigers some love.
Well, I do have 2. I have Tarek and Riley on there.
We have 2.
Yeah, give them
it's not about the list. Isn't about showing guys love and taking guys off because the Wings are bad. It's a top 10 list. It is the top 10 best athletes, and that's.
So boom, you have yours is mixed with everything. Obviously, where me and you differ, and it's not really worth arguing. No, it's well, Jared, but it's more popularity. I guess I didn't factor in as much than you, but we're going to be arguing semantics at that point, so it's not even worth arguing. But other than that, like, I don't hate your list. I mean, a couple of guys we had a spot difference, so I don't think.
Yeah,
it's like
I think the top 3 should be the same for everyone. Like, I don't think
I have Hutch. The reason I have Hutch is because of what you said. I think I get Cade and I understand it. I think the reason why I gave Hutch the nod is because you meant hometown, Michigan, -- 2 overall pick. I mean, the guy, defensive player of the year, he's gonna win that. Like, I just think, I think I will say this too. I think Hutch. This is why I factored in best player. That's why I have Panay. But popularity, Hutch is, besides Goff, the most popular Lion.
Yeah, that's why I had him next. I had Goff, or I had Panay, Goff, and then Hutch, and I think that's fair. Like,
yeah, that's why I think Hutch is very. Not only is he a great player, but he's just because he's hometown, Michigan. He's elite. He's a great player. Everyone's all obsessed with getting him help, so obviously they love him a lot. But yeah, I don't hate this list. The only thing I would say is I wish Mo. I would even put Mo on this list over. Like, I think Mo as a player. I get you're saying again the popularity, so I understand Dylan. He's the captain. I get that. I would throw Mo in here. Maybe slide Jared a little down. We disagree, but that's about it. I like your list. I don't think it's a bad list. I just nitpick, but other than that. Plotzy, I got more of a bone to pick just because of Panay at 1. I disagree with that.
Oh my, yeah, go ahead, pick a bone. Panay Sewell is the best offensive lineman in the NFL. Would you agree or not?
Oh, sorry, what was it? What would you say?
Panay Sewell, best offensive lineman in the NFL. Yes or no?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Tarek School, best pitcher in the MLB. Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Which team's bigger?
Yeah, but the problem is though. I'll say this.
Come on, Plot.
I'll say this though. With Panay Sewell, like last year, like there are people who would argue around the NFL that there are other linemen that had a better year than Panay. I think you wouldn't, but this is my point. Hold on, this is my point of the argument. You keep interrupting, dude. My point of the argument is there are national media who would put other offensive linemen in front of Panay the last 2 years. Just, you know what I mean? Whether you agree or not. With Tarek Skubal, not one national media person would put anyone over Tarek over the last 2 years. Not one. Like, there's no question. Like, it is like a unanimous, like, Skubal's the best pitcher in baseball for the 2nd year in a row. With Sewell, there are people who could be like, yeah, maybe, the Lane Johnson or this guy or this guy. With Skubal, it's like a no-brainer. Like, there is not one pitcher that is touching what he's been doing the last 2 seasons. That's the thing. That's why I think it's like Skubal has to be number 1. It's like there is no question with Skubal over the last 2 years.
I agree with Boom. Yeah,
Panay Sewell boys.
It's okay.
Without a doubt, locked to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Without a doubt. So that's when I hear that, and I look at the Detroit Lions.
So is Skubal.
The Lions. What I look at the Lions and how the Lions kind of started this whole sports renaissance with Detroit sports actually being good. Who's the guy who started that all? Panay Sewell. So he's the face of the franchise of the Detroit Lions and their best player.
Can I ask you guys a question? Would you take this trade?
Oh, I forgot about this.
I saw this trending. Everyone in the chat, yes or no? Would you take this trade? Celtics get Jaden Ivey and two future first-round picks. Pistons receive Derek White. And Baylor Shireman.
That's the one that really kind of swings the pendulum, in my opinion.
I'll tell you what. Do you guys want honesty, or do you guys just want to play into the fan base? What do you guys want?
I'm going to be honest. So I'll be honest. No, I wouldn't. And the reason why isn't because the 2 first-round picks and Ivy for Derek White. Fuck no.
No, let's do this straight up. Take those bottom 2 away. Straight up.
I think
that's the real question here.
Yeah, the trade, no way. Now, straight up, I would say no. I think it's close though. I think it's closer because the thing with Derek White, what I love about Derek White, is because he could play. He's a 2-way player. He can shoot the 3, and he can get you 15 a night, 16 a night. He can, and he'll have nights where he hits like 8 threes. Right? You can go into the whole fit thing. But I think who will be the better player? Jaden Ivey has I think a higher ceiling than that. I think Ivy can be a 20+ point scorer in the NBA. So like I think Derek White is who he is. Which again, if you want to argue fit, okay. But for me, if I'm a GM, I'm keeping the younger player with a higher upside. That's my opinion. I would keep Ivy because I think he could be much better as a player.
If I'm being honest, I think the Derek White disrespect is insane. I think if you had an opportunity to get rid of Jaden Ivey and bring Derek White into this team, and you ran it back with this team and you added Derek White, a solidified NBA champion who has the same, if not better, numbers as Jaden Ivey, and he's done that on a team where he's the third option, and he's put the same numbers up as Jaden Ivey as number 2. I think you would rather, in my opinion, like if you're trying to win a championship the next 2 or 3 years, you know what Derek White is. Like, you know he's going to go out there and play great ball. He's going to defend, and he's going to help win the championship. You're still like, to me, it's, you know a little bit what Jaden Ivey's about. Yeah, there's that ceiling there. Is he ever going to get there? Do we know? No, no one knows. We know what Derek White's going to be. And if you bring him in and you add him to this team right now, you're contending in the East. Like you're sitting there with Derek White, Cade. If you bring back Malik Beasley, Tobias, Jaden, this exact team you ran it back with, if you had this Derek White on last year's team, this team's beating New York. They're competing with the Celtics, and they have a chance.
You didn't have Ivy, so you know what I mean.
But that's the point, though. If you add Derek White, like if right now, like you know what Derek White's about. Like he's won a championship.
Do you think if they had Ivy, they would have beat New York?
Yeah, but they probably would have lost to the Celtics. If you add Derek White, in my opinion, you beat New York, and you have a chance to beat the Celtics. Like you tore the Celtics apart, and you now have Derek White on your squad. And like to me, I think you beat the Celtics if you have Derek White this last year. I really believe that. I think Derek White, like there's a difference, and Jeff, you should know this too, man. Like there's a difference between just being able to go out there and hoop and get 25 and 5 than there is to getting 25 and 5, shooting 40% from 3, defending and playing championship basketball. We don't know if Jaden Ivey can play championship basketball. They were winning without him, and I'm not saying they would have lost with him, but like Derek White's a champion. On Team USA, he was playing over Jason Tatum. He plays winning basketball. This guy's not a bum. He was on Team USA playing over his star player on the Celtics, getting minutes. Like, this guy is a winner. Like, I think the disrespect of Derek White being on Jaden Ivey's level right now, Derek White clears Jaden Ivey today. And I don't think it's, I mean, maybe it's a little close, but like, you're taking Derek White over Jaden Ivey 10 times out of 10 times going into next season. You are. Now the ceiling we can have, that's a whole different conversation.
Well, that
whole different conversation. Yes, but again, it's like, you're trying to win a championship this year. Are you willing to wait and hope that Jaden Ivey is there? That's a risk, right? To me, it's safer Derek White.
I think Derek White, he's very, I love Derek White, so I'm not disrespecting him, but I think.
I don't know, like, actual fucking badass song. There ain't nobody watching this shit right now.
Oh, I'm lit. I'm lit.
Valuable, your piece to, if you want to get a big player, it would be Jaden Ivey. You're trading him for Derek White. Now what? What player are you getting?
I like that squad.
So now you have Derek White again as your.
the fucking password? Not really. I'm having a good time just playing. Oh my god, my ankle is so itchy. What the fuck? Levi Mo series, Levi Mo series, Levi Mo series. Where is the fucking mod at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you got blocked after that. 5.